Now the quiz and
4.9, graph and solve quadratic inequalities. All right, quadratic inequalities in two variables. So you know how to graph. Well, you should know how to graph parabolas by now. And you know how to graph an inequality. So now we are going to combine those two things together.
All right.
So
so well separately.
they're actually kind of fun together, though. So y less than ax squared plus bx plus c, or, well, I'm going to go ahead and write all the options. Leave two lines between top and bottom. Y greater than ax squared plus bx plus c. Y less than or equal to ax squared plus bx plus c. Or y greater than or equal to ax squared plus bx plus c.
Oh, is she going to show us how to graph?
Well, I'm going to tell you what to write, but I'm not going to show you a picture. All right, so this first top left option where y is less than, okay, where it's just less than, this graph will be dotted. So dotted and solid still applies. And it's less than, so that means we shade outside the parabola. For y greater than ax squared plus bx plus c, that is also dotted. But this one we shade inside the parabola. For less than or equal to, it's solid, and we shade outside the parabola.
That's awesome. Parabola is such a weird word. Parabola?
Greater than or equal to is also solid, and this one we shade inside the parabola.
Can we get a PSA Oh no. In the morning? Yeah. And did what? For what?
And I didn't know I was doing it till Friday night.
Wait, what is morning?
Go hunting. I didn't know till Friday night.
Zach, can you chew with your mouth closed? I'm not chewing.
I guess you are nervous.
All right, just so you know, if A is negative, okay, the graph will still be reflected, okay, flipped upside down. That doesn't change anything about the solid, dotted, whatever, just so that we're aware. So let's graph a few.
This is the same thing.
Appreciate you.
8. Y is greater than x squared minus 9. All right, so what's going to be happening to this one?
Axis
No
is
clue.
symmetry.
Hold on. No,
It's gonna be
this
shaded
stuff.
on the inside.
And it's not.
Dotted inside.
Shade inside, and it is dotted. Okay, we want them. If you don't write that, it's not wrong, but you should do that so that you get used to them. All right, so I need to find the vertex. How do I do that?
Vertex is ax plus bx over c squared. Wait, what?
Just
No.
put zero,
Negative b over 2a.
0 in.
Wait, bro.
Oh,
Negative b
Yeah,
over
so
one.
negative b over 2a would be how I find the x coordinate. B is 0, so this is just 0 in this case. If I plug in 0 for x, what do I get?
You get a 0, 9, negative 9.
negative 9. So that means the vertex is at 0, negative 9. Now, for these ones, you don't necessarily need to do the axis of symmetry part, but just for review, what would the axis of symmetry be?
0. X equals 0.
X equals 0. Remember, it is a line. All right, so graphing it. Now, I know that my vertex is way down here, so I'm going to make my graph kind of not proportionate.
Oh, no. All right, so I have a vertex at 0, negative 9. And I need to find another point on the graph. I'm gonna put
Why don't we do
1.
3?
What happens when you do 3?
You get 0.
You get 0. So
Freaking Daniel.
You're so smart.
3 on this side. 3 on this side is also the same thing.
Remember, it's
Now-
dotted.
Yep, these are dotted, so
Boing, boing, boing. Oh, you got shade inside.
shade inside. If you want to use other colors like we were doing before, you're welcome to do that.
Zach, do you have a boring noise?
Yeah, I did.
All
Whoa.
the dotted lines are black.
Hers is solid. Like a solid highlighter.
I just said you can use a highlighter like we did before.
Oh, yeah, I did.
But it smudges the pencil.
If you're a bum.
What does that have to do with me as a person?
If you're a bum.
All right, number 10.
Not like Joel.
Y is less than x squared plus 4x minus 5.
I is less than 4x minus 4.
All right, what's going to happen to this graph?
Dotted, shade, out.
Oh, wow. What did that say, Daniel?
Huh?
What did I just say?
I was listening.
All right,
Oh, wow.
Sebum.
how do I find the vertex?
Did you just use sigma as a forward
No, I said
comparing?
sebum.
How do I find the vertex?
Negative u over 2a, and then you plug in the thing, and then you plug in that.
Negative 2.
Negative 4 over 2 times 1, so that's negative 2. That's the x coordinate. Y coordinate, we plug it in, so negative 2 squared plus 4 times negative 2 minus 5 gives me what?
Oh, gosh. 4 plus 8 minus 8 minus 4, which is negative 4 minus negative 9.
I don't know how you came to that conclusion based on what you just said, but it is negative 9.
Plus
What is the
I
name
can
of this
cook.
form that we were solving?
Standard form.
Standard.
Standard? Okay.
I just like it.
I was like, what do you mean what form? I was like, we're graphing
Yeah, but
Quadratic
I know there's 3
inequalities.
different ones, and I never know which one is which.
Yeah, standard's always going to be the one that like looks like your baseline function, like
Okay.
with your terms in descending order,
Okay.
That word scared
like across the board, like even like x cubed or whatever. Like that's yeah.
Okay.
Go, go.
All right, so set up the graph. I don't need the axis of symmetry for these, but where would it be?
Negative 2.
X equals negative 2.
Yep.
Good job, Ryan.
Wow. You literally said positive.
Now, if you want it just for a visual for you, you're obviously welcome to do it, but they don't usually draw them on the inequality ones.
I understand.
Oh,
That's not where that goes.
negative 2. Let's just say that that's negative 1.
All right, so our vertex goes at negative 2, negative 9.
Negative 2.
What point do y'all want to use to find another one?
5.
0.
I would recommend 0.
So we'd be at negative 5.
So 0, negative 5. And that means that 2 away on this side. I need to go 2 away on the other side. So at negative 4,
1, 2, 3.
negative
Bless you,
5.
Thank you.
Bless you, Charlotte.
I have a point, and it's dotted.
You're welcome. And we shade outside. Ooh, that's gonna look weird.
It's actually so shady.
All right, we shade outside, so I usually just kind of do something like this, just showing that I'm shading all the way around it.
Looks like a boring guy.
Because obviously, remember, this graph keeps going, so, like,
That's a green.
that's why I do it like that.
Yeah, I got points on that. Have you seen The Blind Side, man?
Yes, but it's been a very long time.
That was a good movie.
I like Facing the Giants.
Homeless black guy saves child because he's good at
With the
football
big
on
arm.
the Ravens.
Because he's good
He
at
says it
football.
with listen.
Big
It's
arm.
about this guy in the hood who's super nice, but he's huge. It's scary, but he learns to play football, and a family, rich right family takes him in, and it's like him trying to learn.
And he saves a kid and he's like, hey sir, I whiplash.
They get in a bad car crash, and he saves the son. Of the
All right, number 12. Y less than or equal to negative x squared plus 3x plus 10.
Ready? Solid.
It's gonna go down.
You mean
Solid. It
outside.
is reflected. Okay. Good to note that also. Which way do we shade?
Out. Wait, what? Which way?
Outside. That's a song, Catch Me
So
Outside.
you've seen The Blind Side, but you haven't seen Remember the Titans.
Catch Me Outside, have you seen that movie?
That's beautiful.
Wait, no, it's gonna open inside.
Even I've seen them.
You're
All right.
shading outside.
This one's going to be a little bit different because it is negative.
Oh,
What's
man.
free?
We'll
I-
talk. Wait. We will talk about the shading once we graph this one. Just hold on the shading part, okay?
I have it in my hand.
Because it is a little bit different on this one.
And the axis of symmetry isn't really straight.
Sorry.
All right, vertex.
It's a negative 32. Oh my goodness, it's
Negative b. So negative 3 over 2a.
Negative 2. So it's negative 3 over 2.
It's
Positive
positive
3 over 2.
All right, so 3 over 2. That means finding the y one is going to be a little more difficult. Notice the negative is not getting squared. It's out front. So 3 halves squared plus 3 times 3 over 2 plus 10.
I don't like
I've got
this.
negative 9 over 4 plus 9 over 2 plus, I'm going to go ahead and put this over, well, I'll just do it in the next step, plus 10. I need a common denominator, so negative 9 over 4 plus 18 over 4 plus
Yeah.
4 out of 4.
40 over 4,
40 over 4.
which is 49 over 4. What approximately is that?
7.
Why do we say 7?
Because 7 goes into 49 and 4.
No, it doesn't.
Are 7 and 4 the same?
Like, what
number
is
to you?
49 divided by 4? That is what I am asking.
12.
It's
12.12.
12.25.
0.25.
12.25.
Smart.
What is 1/4?
Now.
0.25.
The main reason that I am writing it like this is so that it is easier for you to visually see to graph. Because I have a feeling if you leave it as 49 over 4, you are going to graph it wrong.
I'm not gonna graph
I'm
that
just
off.
smart.
Hence why I heard people saying 7 and other things that were...
Say 7
Who
because
said
I'm smart.
7?
Not the smart people.
Alright, remember this one is upside down, so I need the graph to be a little bit more top heavy this time.
That's tough.
Why do you look at John, why do you look at Ryan?
I didn't look at you. I was looking at the
Sure.
Alright, I'm going to draw the axis of symmetry on this one just very lightly so that I can see it to make sure, since it's like weird numbers.
Don't call the numbers that. They have feelings.
Alright, so at 1.5 and 12.25, I have a vertex.
12. That's the key. That's
Yeah, it's like right.
right there. Right.
Alright, what number should we plug in?
0.
0.
Say good.
If I plug in 0, what do I get?
10.
I had that number.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Right.
So 1.5 that way, we go 1.5 this way.
It's a thick one. We shade down.
Nope.
Alright, it is solid, so I'm going to do that first.
We go down.
Wait, what did we just plug in?
0.
Okay.
And got
Come on,
10.
Charlotte.
Trevor, you like this graph?
No.
It's a hexagon.
Alright, now, this one is a little different in the shading because it's upside down. So this is y is less than or equal to. That means we shade where y is getting smaller. In this case, y is getting smaller inside the graph. Okay? So the shading for this one is in here.
I don't like that.
Wow. I don't like it.
So if it's reflected, do the opposite.
What just happened?
What? Whoa!
Y'all saw that too, right?
And it has to. I thought my elbow popped.
Did we catch it on
Did you see the city edition jersey?
Do you see the Minnesota Timberwolves court? The best court in the league. He said it's in the top 2 and it's not number 2.
So when it's reflected, it's the exact opposite of what you think you should shade.
Yes.
Because
Alright.
you're
But always go back, because here's the thing. Wherever you shade, if you choose a point in there, it should make this a true statement.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay, so let's just say 0, 0 would be in there. So let's plug in that and see it. Make sure this makes a true statement. Oh, that was not the right thing. So if I plug in 0, I would have 0 is less than or equal to 0 plus 0 plus 10. 0 is less than or equal to 10, so I know I've shaded the right way.
Okay.
So that's kind of how you can check, because the negative ones are a little weird sometimes.
Okay,
Like
so
the
if-
reflected ones.
Okay.
If the
Daniel, you wanna
if
see my guy?
A is negative, then it's gonna be shaded inside, no matter the size.
It's opposite what way you think. No, it's opposite which way. Like, it's opposite of this chart.
Oh, okay. that's-
But you can always check to see if you shaded correctly based on if you plug a point in, which you can do with linear equations. We just usually don't need to do that with those ones because we're usually pretty confident in those.
Okay.
All right, one more. Graph the system of inequalities. Any guesses as to what that means?
It means you don't have to do any more work.
Good boy.
It means that we're going to graph 2 parabolas at the same time
Yay.
and find their intersection.
This is good. I can't do these problems. You know that. You grade my papers.
All right, y is greater than or equal to x squared minus 4, and y is less than or equal to negative 2x squared plus 7x plus 4.
I was about to say this isn't going to be as hard as I thought it would be.
Yeah, it's not hard at all.
I mean, it's not hard. It's
All right, what do we know about both of these?
They're both
hard.
weird.
Solid.
They're
Solid.
both inequality.
Oh.
Never mind, not
And they're both gonna be shaded on the inside.
No, because that one's got a negative thingy.
Yeah, but it's opposite, so it's gonna be shaded on
They
the
are
outside.
both going to shade inside.
Stupid.
Now, what do we know about this graph? What way is it opening?
Seven.
Yo, who's that?
Opens up. What about this one?
Opens
Down.
down.
Opens down. Now, that makes sense, right? Because I'm looking for an intersection point. It makes sense that they probably are going to be opposites.
They're gonna be like.
Yeah.
All right, vertex for the first one. What's the x-coordinate of the vertex?
Negative b over 2a. So.
It's just,
Um,
it's
zero.
So 0. Okay, because b is 0.
And when x is
What
0,
is y?
Negative 4.
Negative 4.
-4. So 0, -4 is the vertex of that one.
Shit.
What about this one over here?
7 over negative 4, which is a
7
positive
over
7 over 4. Oh, it's one of these. We
Yeah.
have to substitute. Oh, it's one of these.
Wait, it's 1.75.
No,
It's
but
7
we have
over
to
4.
we have to put it until we get our y.
Yeah.
So it's
Alright.
49 over 16 times negative 2.
What's
which
the
is
negative
a
2?
negative 2, 49 over 2.
49.
And then we get a 7 times the 7 over 4, which is a 49 over 4.
Oh,
And then we get a plus 4.
What did you just do?
And then we're going to make them all the same. And we're going to make it all the same. And what did she just...
I was listening to you.
You took a negative 2 out.
I reduced, so I didn't have to get fractions over 16.
She reduced.
2 and 16 reduced to 8. So I got negative 49 over 8. I made this one over 8, multiplying everything by 2, so 98 over 8. I had to multiply this one by 8, so 32 over 8.
And now
So that's
combine
49
like
plus
terms.
32, so
That's what 6
80,
ooh,
81.
81.
81 over 8.
81 over 8.
How could you just change the oh, never mind.
Because we're cool.
Cause
She's the math teacher, cuz.
Thank you.
And it's because she does can do it.
For
Candy,
real. I don't like that.
It's okay.
they don't like you neither.
I don't know what any of that means.
It's a point.
You don't know what 7 over 4 is?
No.
It's a positive number.
I said it's 1.75.
Oh, I do remember Trevor telling me that.
I was wondering
My
if you
gosh.
listened. 1.75, and what would this be?
I don't even want to think about it.
Well, it's almost 9.
It's 1,
10.
1,
10 and 1 8.
1.
10.
Ooh. I got it.
1, 2,
10.4.
It's just
Yeah,
10.1.
10.1 something.
10.1, 2, 2,
3, 4.
125. If we were so inclined
Dang,
to
that's so
do that.
smart.
But I would say if you put it at approximately 10, I would give it to you.
Thank you.
Cool.
Alright.
Oh my knee.
Alright, so now I have enough information to graph these things. So I'm going to do one big graph here. If-
Oh, your magic power stopped working.
Ah.
Oh
0.
man, she got it back.
Negative 4.
What is it that you have against her magic powers?
It's because
It
we're
makes
human
us-
and she's not.
Yeah.
Well, that's not really disrespectful. It's because she's human and we're not.
So you just said the same thing over again?
No, but we're human the first time, but now you're human the second time.
What?
Because regular humans don't have magic powers. Unless you get it through the
Alright,
Holy
the
Spirit.
first one, vertex at 0, negative 4.
Yo, I'm trying to win my line, bro. I can't do it when you're pointing on.
Alright, I'm going to go ahead. I want to graph this one entirely. So what would be another point I could graph?
0. Wait, no, you can't
Negative
do
4.
0.
You could do 2.
If I use 2, what do I get?
0.
So
Wait.
here, 2 away on this side, goes 2 away on this side also. It is solid.
0.
We shade inside.
Stop singing.
Ryan's just jealous he can't sing as well as me.
Alright, the other one. I've got a vertex at 1.75 and 10.125, so
I'm yelling timber. So,
We could make it 0, x is 0, and y is 4. X is 0.
if you had 2 of the well, we'll finish this one first before I ask my question.
so I went, well, it's going to be kind of hard to get the other one, but I went 1.75 away over here, so just do it approximately. Doesn't have to be perfect.
That's what it looks like.
Oh dear, what just happened?
It's looking clumpy.
What is happening?
Oh my goodness, she's losing her powers.
It's erasing.
It's a full moon, that's why.
It's erasing.
Isn't that what they do in movies when someone losing their powers or some like weird event? Where it's
Only
like,
in mermaid TV
Oh,
shows.
what is going on?
I don't even know. We're just going to
Maybe
leave.
it is, okay.
We're just going to leave this weird looking point because I don't know what's happening.
God is a female. Wait, no.
What do you have in your bag?
What? And people try to
I
convince
don't
me
know.
on Coles.
I'm just saying, in like all the billions of mermaid TV shows that are all the same, it always has something to do with the bowl.
Cold.
Alright, this one also shades inside.
I hit her on the head and I said goodbye.
Nope, wrong thing.
Mine doesn't look like that.
Mine does look like that.
Well, it does, but not
Mine
like
looks
that.
like
Yeah,
that
it looks
only
like that.
because I'm copying what she's doing.
Is you like that?
Are you like that?
I really want to snow cone.
Alright, so this overlapped area that has turned purple, which I need to go back and fix
Yo,
This-
is so fat.
top little area here that I missed in my
Oh yeah,
shading situation.
Should hit her.
I'm not ready for
Let me
that yet.
enjoy fall.
Mall. Wing
Love.
All right, so your solution is this area in here.
So,
Answer.
so any point in that area is the right answer.
Yes, if you plug any point in there, it will be a solution to both.
That is awesome.
What is that a solution? A solution.
Solution? That's what you are.
What is that?
That means if I took any point out of there, so if I took the point 1, 2, and I plugged that into either equation, it's going to make a true statement.
Okay. Let's say I'm living my everyday adult life as an adult, not now,
No, you
not an
don't,
adult,
right?
but when I'm an adult. When am I going to need to know which point go in there?
Go in there.
If you're trying to measure
Like,
the circumference of
If
your
I'm
head.
measuring the circumference of my head, which
So
one
you
of
can
those-
model the strength of a rope.
Huh?
Okay.
It
How?
doesn't it say on the thing when you buy it what test line or what how strong it is?
What does that have to do with rope?
Well, not if you're working for the company that makes them.
I ain't gonna be working for no rope company. What do you do for a living? Rope.
What is that rope?
I'm just saying.
How
Wait,
strong is the rope?
How does that correlate?
Yeah, I'm sure I figured
Wait,
that out.
why
too.
don't you
What
just
does
put
that
a
do with
really
ropes?
heavy weight on the rope and then keep upping the weight until it.
breaks.
It doesn't work like that. You have to do it mathematically, but okay. Your problems are
Money, money, money.
You can't hold 20 pounds.
3 through 5 are just matching problems, so you just need to like match the graph with the picture.
Less. So I can guess.
And then no, you cannot just guess.
It's not funny.
9, 11,
Oh.
15, and 21.
4.9.